Hello, our names are Greta, Agatha, and Anastasia, and we chose the disease called achondroplasia. So, what is achondroplasia actually? Achondroplasia is a type of dwarfism, and it is a genetic condition affecting a certain protein in the body called fibroblast growth factor receptor. This protein gets uncontrollably where it slows down the growing of the bone in the cartilage of the growth plate. So that's achondroplasia. Now I'm going to be explaining some of the symptoms, some of the most important symptoms of achondroplasia. The first one is shortened arms and shortened legs, where the upper arms and the thighs are the most affected areas, and the less affected areas are the forearms and the lower of the legs. And then there's a crowded and misaligned teeth. Then there's the small vertebral canals that can lead to spine compression in adolescence. Then there's the bowed lower legs, where your legs are a bit bowed. And then there's the frequent middle ear infection. Now I'm going to be talking about some of the side effects that can come later in life when you have achondroplasia. So, as said, one of the symptoms was the bowed lower legs. It's very hard to move and walk in them, so there is a big chance that achondroplasia people can become obese. There's also lower physical and mental well-being, which isn't very good, because there's also recurrent ear infections, which can lead to hearing loss.
Now I'm going to talk about inheritance pattern. First of all, achondroplasia is inherited in an autosomal and dominant manner, and it is caused by a gene mutation of the FGFR3 gene, which is responsible for the production of the protein that Anastasia already mentioned. This protein is linked to the maintenance and growth of bones and tissue. 20% of the cases of achondroplasia are passed down from the affected parents. If you get the mutated gene from two affected parents, you will get a very severe form of the disease. 80% of the cases result from a spontaneous mutation, which occurs still in the uterus when the embryo is developing. This is why this disease, by this disease, can anyone be affected? But it's very rare though. Only 1 out of 30,000 babies gets born with this disease. And here you can see two persons affected by achondroplasia, one baby and one fully developed human being.
Now we have two Punnett squares examples. In the first one, this one is an individual with an average stature who reproduces with a person with achondroplasia, and the chance of their offspring to also get the disease is 50%, and 50% to get average stature. Then we have another example where both parents have the disease, meaning they both have the then the chances of them to get a child with the disease is 50%, 25 to get average stature, and 25 to get homozygous achondroplasia, which is a lethal condition where both alleles are the same. And here we can see a pedigree where this white one means that there's no disease, the pink one, they have a disease, and the very pink one, a severe disease. In generation 2, we can see a male who has the disease and a female who doesn't. They get 3 children, and as I said, there's 50% chance. So in this case, there are 2 who has it and 1 who doesn't. Here it's basically the same. And here we can see that the male reproduces with a female who doesn't have the disease. They get a child who has it, who then reproduces with a female who has it. And then in the 4th generation, the child either dies or gets the disease. So yeah, that was our presentation.